Welcome you to this broadcast of girls varsity basketball on NKTelco Sports. We're at the barn where the Minster Wildcats will take on the new Knoxville Rangers. Tonight's game is brought to you by the following sponsors: Keyhole Pizza, First National Bank, Precision Strip, Emerson Climate Technologies, Carriage Works, Grand Lake Health, Kogi Plumbing and Heating, Lincoln Electric Automation, Minster Bank, Pratt Industries, Wagner's IGA, Wilson Health, Winners Meats, New Knoxville Supply, and NKTelco. Along with Jeff Henson, I'm Dave Knapke. Again, we're at the barn. MAC action between the Rangers and the Wildcats. Wildcats on the season 8-6. At one time they were 2-5, playing a really tough schedule. Have won 6 of the last 7. They have, at times, they've been led in scoring by Lily Barhorse. She had a big game against Versailles, had the game-winning shot. Not only that, she had all 12 points of Minster in the second half against the 2-point win against Versailles. Other than that, Minster at times has some offensive inconsistencies, but trying to get better as they go along. Like I said, they've won 6 of the last 7. Jeff, for New Knoxville, tough season for a pretty young team.
Yeah, they've struggled. They're 1-17 on the season, 0-5 in league play, and they've, numbers have hurt them this year. They've, up until tonight, been out a player, and Lainey Meyer tonight, I believe she's out, as well as Allison Top, the only senior on the team. She rolled an ankle last night at practice. She's unable to go. So they're down to 6 healthy bodies, and that's in the program. So no JV teams, and these girls have had, a tough task of playing varsity action against some good teams, and it's a different speed, a different level when you're not quite ready, and the pressure put on them as far as, handling the basketball and doing everything at a top level has been a struggle. They continue to play hard, though. At times they've played, a few minutes, look really good. It's just consistency, being able to do it for a full 32 minutes. They only average 24.5 points. They give up 47, so, those are tough numbers to win many games with. Their leading scorer in the season is a freshman, Addison Albers, just under 6 points a game. They've had a couple various scores throughout the season be the leader, so at certain times on any given night, one of the other players, if you will, might be able to score and be the leading scorer. So, again, playing without a couple players tonight is going to hurt them, so they're going to give a great opportunity for the other remaining members to step up and make some positive plays for their team.
Minster and New Knoxville here at the barn. We'll be back with the starting lineups and the opening tip here on NKTelco Sports.
I'm Mallory. My grandpa's been making the world's worst pizza for 30 years. That doesn't look like the world's worst pizza. Grandpa, I know why they call you Chunky Bob. It's because you use chunky ingredients on your pizza.
Of course, it's not because I'm fat.
Grandpa, this is the world's best pizza. Keyhole Pizza, come check Grandpa out.
Dine in or carry out.
Together, we are family, working safely for our loved ones.
We are problem solvers who challenge the status quo and drive improvement.
We care about our customer relationships.
We stay true to our values, caring and respecting one another.
We embrace change as we journey through our career.
We are Precision Strip, the world's leading processor of rolled steel and aluminum.
Precision Strip, doing the exceptional.
At Wilson Health, we're extending care beyond the walls of the hospital, with resources designed to keep you in charge of your health.
Our independence and connection to the community are unique in a world where big healthcare strives to act like corporations.
Our tools may be the same, but we are different.
We're neighbors, friends, and family who truly care about the people who live here.
We call it caring without limits, and it's just the beginning of a whole new Wilson Health.
Welcome back. Getting ready. The officials tonight are Nicholas Swink, Dustin Snow, and Dan Frilling. So next up we'll have our Emerson Climate Technologies starting lineups. We'll first start with the Wildcats. 8-6 on the season under 7th-year head coach Mike Wiss. Lydia Mesher, one of the forwards, 5'10" junior. Another forward, number 13, 5'7" senior Morgan Sparks. In the middle, the leading scorer, 11.5 points a game, 9 rebounds, number 14, Lily Barhorst, 5'11" junior. One of the guards, 5'4" senior Katie McClurg, 6.4 a game. And at the point guard position, 5'3" sophomore Sadie Niemeyer. Head coach Mike West, assisted by Nan Steckschulte, Leanne Eiding, and Shelley Wolf. Now for the New Knoxville Rangers. Araya Fenning, our first forward, 5'7" senior, 5'7" freshman. No senior, one senior on this team. Addie Albers, the leading scorer, just under 6, a 5'8" freshman, Addie Albers. Bryn Egbert, the center, 4 points, 6 rebounds. Number 5, Kiana Wellman, a 5'8" junior, just over 3 points a game. Number 12, Lauren Wingler, a 5'4" junior, just under 5 points a game. Head coach Olivia Koenig, the first year at the helm of the Rangers. Now let's talk about our keys to the game, Jeff. Sponsored by Keyhole Pizza. We'll first start with the Wildcats.
Well, the Wildcats want to put ball pressure on the Rangers. They know that New Knoxville has had some trouble, so they're going to look to execute that ball pressure, get some easy scores in transition, and that also relates to what he talks about as deflections. Again, being active on defense, step into passing lanes, make it difficult for New Knoxville to run offense. And thirdly, team defense, especially help side defense. He wants to make sure that, again, nothing easy for the Rangers, make them work for their field goals. And for New Knoxville, they want to be able to pass and catch, quite simply. Pass and catch the basketball without creating turnovers. Need to really defensively rebound well. They struggled in their last outing, giving up multiple looks.
Shot off the mark there by Fenning.
And the third one is to attack the basket. Similar to what they did there. They got a nice backdoor cut. Shot didn't drop, but a good start on offense for the Rangers.
Those are your keys to the game, brought to you by Keyhole Pizza. Entry pass to Lily Barhorst, and she makes the first basket here this game as Wildcats typically starting out with full court pressure. Lauren Wingler trying to break the pressure.
Boy, what a tale of two, what do I say, possessions. New Knoxville gets the tip. Great execution, everything but score. It had a good shot, it didn't get blocked. And then Minster comes right down, bang, bang, off the glass and in. And that's usually what happens when you're a 500 team or a team that's only won one game.
Ball tipped away, Rangers keep it. Kiana Wellman loses it. Morgan Sparks comes up with a steal. She double dribbles there.
Teams exchange turnovers, but that's been New Knoxville's nemesis, is the turnover against ball pressure. Rushi, a very good team, by the way, came in on Tuesday night and really put the defensive screws to the Rangers and really capitalized on the turnovers they created, and just some pressure defense there, and being able to read it and attack it and be successful has been a chore for the Rangers.
Rushi, you mentioned, that's one of the 6 teams that have defeated Minster. Really quality opponents. We'll get into that a little bit more as we go, as Minster on the offense. Change of lineup the last few games for Minster, as Lydia Mesher and Sadie Niemeyer has been put into the starting lineup. Niemeyer off the dribble. Too strong. Barhorst, who gets a whole bunch of offensive rebounds, gets another one. Work it around on the wing. Katie McClurg, 2-year starter.
You talk about Barhorst, who's offensive rebounds. She's done a nice job this year, I believe. I don't know if you mentioned it, just under 5 offensive rebounds a game.
Yeah, she has almost as many offensive rebounds as she has defensive rebounds, 8.8 in rebounds altogether. She has the steal and then throws the pass too long, so another turnover.
Yep, back-to-back. New Knoxville now with 3 turnovers. Minster 1 less at 2, but That's the type of thing the Minster, though, needs to capitalize on. They get great defense stepping in the passing lane, but you need to convert or capitalize in their chance to score what would have been an easy opportunity.
Wellman across the timeline. There's a double team trying to get it down there to bring Egbert. Knocked out of bounds. Will stay with the Rangers. Rangers 1-17. Their win was against Waynesfield Goshen in overtime.
A couple weeks ago here over the holidays. It was at home. Good to see the Rangers get a W.
Wingler to the hoop.
Nice move.
Banks it in off the glass.
And she did that being a left-hander. Had a nice ball fake and kind of made it easy being a left-hander, a little bit better angle to finish.
Mesher wide open, and she converts for the basket.
Good ball movement by the Wildcats.
Addie Albers across the timeline. Nice pass underneath there to Fenning. Albers puts up a shot. Ball tipped around. Minster not able to save it. Will stay with the Rangers.
Well, again, Albers pushes the tempo. Is able to split the press, and Albers is an athletic player, so she was able to advance it down the court. Fenning got a decent look at the basket and a strong look by Albers, and now what is the third attempt here in this possession. Chance for the Rangers to tie it up.
Wingler Jr. gives it up there to Albers. Albers the leading scorer, just around 6. Fanning loses the handle. Sparks gets another steal. She often gets a lot of steals for this Minster defense. Niemeyer to the basket, throws up a shot. Knocked out of bounds, will stay with Minster. Minster was 2-5 at one time, which is unheard of for Minster for a lot of years, but they've won 6 of the last 7, albeit some of them have been very close games in that 7-game stretch, as Barhorse off the glass.
Nice entry pass from Lydia Mesher. She will get the assist, but Barhorse is a strong player, really gave Mesher a great passing angle with her wide frame, really spread out, and boy, when Barhorse got it, it was textbook finish off the glass.
That's into Albers. Bryn Egbert will do a long 2. Wellman comes up with the rebound and will have a foul on Minster.
Well, the Knoxville here, 2 possessions where they've had multiple looks. Again, that's great, but you got to score to make it capitalize, and nonetheless, they do get another look here. Morgan Sparks, her first foul, and the first against the Wildcats.
Wellman trying to look for a teammate. Finally gets it into Albers.
Mentioned earlier, the Rangers tonight, just one senior on the roster, and she got hurt last night at practice, so they lose Allison Top, who's played, every game, every quarter, a lot of minutes. Strong player inside that maybe could have defended, if you will, against Barhorse, but tonight Egbert will do that, but Allison Top out, and also Lainey Myers dealing through some injuries, and she played in the Waynesfield game, had 11 points and hit some outside shots. New Knoxville had 3 girls that scored 11 in that game. Yeah. Good balanced scoring, but those 2 players not in action tonight, so that leaves 1 support player in Taylor Kluffenstein for the bench for the Rangers tonight.
Addie Inskeep, number 32, in for the Wildcats, sophomore post player. Sparks picks up dribble. Minster averaging 40 points a game. They go to Barhorst again. That rolls off. Rebound, and we'll have a fight for, and they'll call a foul. They'll call a foul against New Knoxville. That'll be a tough call there on Fenning.
Foul on number
4.
Inskeep called on Minster.
Oh, okay.
32. I thought New Knoxville doesn't have it.
Well, they pointed it this way, as I was like, okay. So Inskeep gets the whistle, foul whistle on her. It'll be knocked out of bounds. Rangers ball. Rangers averaging 24 a game. Minster averaging 40. Minster giving up just 37 a game. Knoxville averaging and giving up 47.
Here comes the double team from the backside as Wellman will have trouble. Again, that'll be a held ball. That'll be a turnover. Possession favors Minster, but that's the kind of stuff that how do you see it? How do you get out? You got to read it and get rid of the basketball, but and Minster's athletic. I mean, some teams try to double team. If you don't have the speed and quickness, it doesn't work as well, but Minster has a lot of bodies. They all seem like they can move pretty well, so you can throw bodies at the ball handler and force them to make a decision on the fly.
Minster on the attack, leading 6-2 about halfway through this first quarter. Niemeyer thought about it. Down to Inskeep. McClurg also runs the point at times. Shot off the dribble. Niemeyer fights for it, able to come up with it and get it to a teammate. Good hustle by the sophomore Niemeyer. She has the ball back. Tough pass through some hands. Inskeep able to get it back. She's not able to keep it away from a couple of Rangers. We have another jump ball.
Might be a turnover. I thought Coach Wiss had yelled timeout. Maybe not, but that possession or that arrow now favors the Rangers, so the Wildcats pick up their third turnover.
Full court pressure. Minster maybe not as quick as some years, but very sound defensively, and they get able to get a turnover as well as Sparks finishes with a layup.
Points off turnovers, one of the few times that Minster has really been able to do that. They've forced a lot of turnovers so far, but that's kind of the first instant offense, and that's sometimes how momentum really grows exponentially. They're going to have another chance here.
Niemeyer with the steal. Nice ball movement. Sparks cannot finish, but fights for the rebound. And it'll be knocked out of bounds. So stay with Minster as we have a couple substitutions. We have Anna Larger into the game, as well as Casey Albers. Albers a senior, Larger a junior.
Minster probably plays 9-10 players routinely, Dave.
Yeah, that's around that. They play a lot of people on the roster.
Just looking at the stat sheet, there's a number of girls between like 2 and 4 points a game. I mean, they've all seemed like they score a little bit.
Albers' three-pointers chased down by Larger. Underneath, quick move. There's a foul before the pass. And then that'll give me an opportunity to look here on how many they usually have. Clooney, Albers, Larger, Hemmelgarn. Yeah, 9 or 10. Oh, well, 10 for sure. Sometimes 11. Kennedy Cordy sometimes gets in, so Coach Wiss definitely has the luxury of a deep bench. There's a nice block, I believe, there.
It looked like Egbert maybe got a piece of it, but Minster cannot come up with points. They had a lot of looks in that possession.
Shot up by Egbert, too strong. Albers is right there, and she draws the foul. Addie Albers, the freshman, will shoot 2.
New Knoxville, 4 offensive rebounds here in the first quarter. Again, though, haven't really been able to capitalize on them on the scoreboard, but getting some looks.
Yeah, I was going to say that. The offensive rebounds, and they're getting good looks, but that's all good.
7 turnovers, too.
Yeah.
As Albers misses the first one, she's a 61% free throw shooter and 7 turnovers thus far. And, you know, that really takes away your chances to score, and it's kind of easily said as they'll miss both free throws there.
Minster pushes it ahead. Albers over to Inskeep. Larger will drive, be picked up. One weakness Minster has had is the offensive consistency. Seems like they go through stretches like now that they don't score as many as you think they should. And for a while, their field goal percentage was around 30 and even less. But their best weapon underneath is Barhorse. She's a tough handle. Niemeyer will try the 3. That's too strong. There's Barhorse, just out-jumps everybody, and she puts up a shot and in.
Well, there's one of those 4.5 offensive rebounds a game for Barhorse as she, got another one. She's got a couple of them already this game. That definitely was a definite stick back for points.
A couple more substitutes. And Kayla Lamb, who's been a pretty good source of points from off the bench, number 24, and number 3, Katie McClurg, returns for Coach Wiss's Minster Wildcats as they lead 10-2. Minute and a half to go first quarter. McClurg thought about it. Let's work around the perimeter. They won their last game was a week ago against Versailles. Lily Barhorse had a basket with 3.9 seconds to win the game. She scored all the points in the second half for Minster, all 12 of them. It's Kayla Lamb drives to the bucket, and she'll shoot 2.
I was going to ask if you'd mentioned for New Knoxville, number 2, Taylor Kloppenstein, a freshman, if she was in the game. Well, she's in. She picked up the foul there on the drive and attempt by Kayla Lamb.
Yeah, thanks, Jeff. I was about to, and something happened. And then Kayla Lamb into the game. Lamb's had some games. She's had some 7-point, 6-point, 2 7-point games, 2 6-point games on the season. Has a can give a spark off the bench as she hits both free throws for the 5'10 junior. Working against the press. Wingler to Wellman. McClurg with the steal. Over to Larger. Minute to go. McClurg tries to drive. Over to Albers. New Knoxville playing the man-to-man defense. Lamb underneath to Larger.
Albers knocked it out of bounds, and lucky maybe she didn't pick up her second foul. They both were going for the ball, but she did make a little bit of contact. I like the no call. It wasn't that much, but that would have been a second against her.
Pass up top to Inskeep. Minster on the season has had 55 threes, just under 4 a game as McClurg lets one go. Long rebound to Inskeep against Versailles. They hit their first 5 3 attempts, and then they missed their next 10. So they started out hot.
Still 33%.
Still 33.
Not bad. Just you'd like to keep the rhythm, I guess, going. They went from hot to cold.
Yeah. Casey Albers, who has the ball, had 3 in a row, and so did McClurg, as we're down to 9 seconds. Larger with a jumper, in and out with the follow. Larger. Bryn Edward comes up with the rebound, and we go to the second quarter on our First National Bank scoreboard. Minster 12, New Knoxville 2, here on NKTelco Sports.
CarriageWorks has expanded and now can hold up to 25 cars in our service bay. CarriageWorks thrives on customer satisfaction. We accomplish that by providing top-of-the-line technology. CarriageWorks now uses a laser beam system to measure down to the millimeter of factory specs to better service you and get you back on the road. CarriageWorks has a brand new top-of-the-line paint booth that uses waterborne paint. There's no job too big or too small for CarriageWorks. We're certified collision specialists. Come in and see us today.
Ohio Means Jobs Auglaize County has a job for you. Grand Lake Health System has over 800 employees. Included is Joint Township District Memorial Hospital and multiple physician practices. And we're now hiring a variety of positions that fit all education and skill levels. Plus, you'll get a great benefit package offered to both full and part-time workers. Join this rewarding career and help your community in the process. Contact Ohio Means Jobs Auglaize County for all your employment needs.
1 quarter in the books here at the barn on our First National Bank scoreboard. Minster 12, New Knoxville 2.
Well, good quarter for the Wildcats. Probably feel like they could almost be up by more. They shoot 5 of 17 shots. 13 of those were 2-pointers, which they made 5 of, and they were 0 for 4 from 3-point range. So 5 of 17 for the Wildcats. New Knoxville 1 of 6. We talked about the turnovers. New Knoxville 9 turnovers. The result, 6 shots, and New Knoxville had 4 offensive rebounds. So if you think about it, there were only a couple of possessions they actually got shots off. They just had multiple looks. The other ones were all turnovers. So again, that turnover bug really hurt the Rangers getting any chance to score.
McClurg will try a 3. Lindy Helmegarn just into the game, comes up with the rebound. Sparks drives to the basket, passes it off. They quickly around the perimeter.
Boy, good ball movement.
Sparks corner 3, bingo.
Well, she deserves, I think she came up with the offensive rebound, Dave, if I'm correct.
I think you're right.
After the McClurg miss, and that's the first 3-point made basket in the game for the Wildcats, and personal foul against Katie McClurg.
Got a little too close there.
That's 9 offensive rebounds for the Wildcats here in the first half, unofficially, of course, but they've had a number of them. Like I said, New Knoxville with 4, but just have not really been able to capitalize. And one of those they got fouled eventually, but missed both free throws, so still couldn't score in that opportunity.
Wingler with the basketball. Minster playing man defense. Occasionally they'll play a 1-3-1. Every once in a while a 3-2. Sparks has been all over the top of the defense. Forces a jump ball there, which will stay on the New Knoxville side.
Yeah, she scored the 3-point basket. That's her 5th point of the game. She averages just over 3 points a game, but does a nice job defensively, like I said, up top. One of those athletic players that can, almost make you feel like you got 6 or 7 defenders on the court because you move so well.
Yeah, Minster's always had that athletic guard. Who's a quick, maybe not score a lot, but very quick, good defender, and that Morgan Sparks definitely carries on that tradition. Wingler tried to put up a shot. And
got fouled, it looks like, so 2 free throws for Lauren Wingler.
Reach-in foul there by Lindy Hemmelgarn. As junior Lauren Wingler, only 2 points so far for New Knoxville. Trying to add on to that total for the Rangers. Nothing but nylon there.
63% free throw shooter on the season for the 5'4 junior, averaging just under 5 points a game, but she's been their leading scorer, if I look at my notes here correctly, a few times. So again, they just need to get more volume, more shots, and they need, if knock down the turnovers would help.
Wingler makes a pair. The Sparks now running the point. Minster has the luxury of a lot of different point guards. Can handle the ball. Hemmelgarn looking underneath for Lamb. Goes through her hands, but there's Sparks again. But she throws it away.
I think she had the right idea. Her pass was off the mark. It was a sweet-looking quick pass. Just missed her player and got a Ranger instead.
Fenning shot, or Wellman shot too long. There's a foul in the backcourt. A foul in the backcourt on Bryn Egbert.
Her first team's third. Again, New Knoxville just 6 players active tonight on the roster, so they need to be careful that nobody gets in foul trouble. So far, so good. Just 3 team fouls, and those 3 fouls spread across 3 different girls.
McClurg thought about it. Sparks with the only 3 so far for Minster. That was to start off the second quarter.
Well, Albers again, you gotta be careful. She knocks it away, but I thought from my angle, just too much contact on Barhorse kind of going through her. You know, Lily's uses her frame and makes herself wider, and that forces defense to kind of get, not lazy, just now that you see the pass coming, you want to deflect it, but you got to get around her better or else you're going to pick up a push foul.
Niemeyer just can't hit the shot. Rebound to the Rangers. Wellman trying to get through a double team. Up ahead to Wingler. Through the defense. Shot up there by Fenning. Lamb comes up with the rebound. Niemeyer, hesitation dribble. Can't finish. There's Barhorse with another offensive rebound.
And she's had at least 4, I'm saying already, Dave. You said she's averaging almost 5 a game.
Shot up. That will be too strong.
Boy, Niemeyer's had some nice moves to the basket. She's not been able to score any of her shots, but she's been a nice job of hesitating and just being creative.
Coach Koenig calls a timeout there as her guard was in some trouble there. It looks like it'll be a 30-second timeout. Gives us an opportunity to thank our sponsors. Keyhole Pizza, First National Bank, Precision Strip, Emerson Climate Technologies, Courage Works, Grand Lake Health, Kogi Plumbing and Heating, Lincoln Electric Automation, Minster Bank, Pratt Industries, Wagner's IGA, Wilson Health, Winners Meats, New Knoxville Supply, and NKTelco. Some of our additional sponsors: Burke Petroleum, Chiltex LLC, Sice Freedom Incorporated, Dickman Supply, Hometown Opportunity, Hillsman Automotive, Park National Bank, SecureCom, and St. Henry Bank. Our fine sponsors bringing you basketball all season long here on NKTelco Sports.
Well, the Wildcats, again, I think they're leaving the door partially open on the Rangers. The Rangers are going to, it's hard. How do I say this? It just seems like Minster should be ahead by more than 11 points. They've had some good looks. They've had multiple looks. They forced turnovers, but still just an 11-point game. It's going to be 13 here in a second.
Niemeyer, steal, and able to get the roll that time. Niemeyer with her first 2 points.
I maybe said that prematurely, but Niemeyer has been creative all night. Just her first make in about 8 or 9 attempts, but did a nice job defensively as Sparks nearly creates another turnover.
Wellman in the backcourt will be tied up. That'll result in a turnover to Minster.
Sparks went after it. I thought there was some contact too, but they physical play, but Minster's beginning to maybe, state that defensive pressure a little bit even stronger now. That big bucket by Niemeyer to capitalize on the last turnover.
Niemeyer looks back to Coach Wiss. Niemeyer was inserted in the lineup 2 games ago against Salino as her first start. And there's a steal there by Bryn Egbert. Wingler across the timeline. She'll face the double team, and Sparks just takes it away.
Yeah, Sparks ran over there like she was being chased by something, and I mean, just really caught the Rangers off guard and swiped it away, and then draws a foul against New Knoxville's Lauren Wingler.
It's been a staple of the Minster defense a lot, is that double team. They seem like they've used it a lot this year. And if you're not ready, all of a sudden somebody's there, like in that case.
Makes it difficult. I mean, when you double team, I've said it before, somebody's open. I mean, you're putting two players on one, so the girl that's open needs to figure out how to get the ball.
Good job, Lydia Mesher. Lydia Mesher created some space but did not finish.
That would have been a chance for Barhorse and Mesher to exchange. Earlier in the game, Mesher had a nice pass into Barhorse.
There's another steal this time by Mesher. Pass ahead to Hemmelgarn. Again, can't finish. There's Barhorst. Jump over everybody. Lily Barhorst will shoot two.
And she's 5'11" to begin. Jumps pretty well, and not a lot of other girls on the court around her size. So, but a fine opportunity. Good bounce pass by Mesher. This time it was to Hemmelgarn. Wildcats come up with a miss, but chance to still capitalize the possession with free throws, which has been kind of Barhorst's Achilles heel a little bit.
She's really improved from early on. She was really struggling. Probably the second half of the season, she's improved. Coach Wisp will call a timeout. Of course, all our timeouts this year. I think he wants a timeout if there's a made basket here. And it is. And that will be our timeout, brought to you by Precision Strip. Full timeout. You're watching girls high school basketball on NKTelco Sports.
We are here. And here. And here.
Minster Bank is everywhere, providing every banking service that you need to keep your financial life in order. Whether you are on the go or stopping by one of our branches, Minster Bank is here for you. We proudly support the communities where you live. Minster Bank, helping people achieve financial success.
Unpack your potential with a career at Pratt Industries. Working at Pratt Industries is more than a job. It's a sustainable career.
Pratt Industries to me is a job. It's my career. It's the way I put food on my table, but I love what I do.
We offer competitive pay, excellent benefits, and opportunities for career advancement. To apply, visit careers.prattindustries.com.
Welcome back. Coming out of this Precision Strip timeout, just under halfway through the second quarter. Minster in control, 19-4.
Well, they scored 7 points to New Knoxville's 2 to start the second quarter. They've done so with some steals off the press. This time they almost get one, but Egbert able to run it down and, at least for the moment, keep it with the Rangers. But the Minster's defense, I think, is obviously it's going to grind on you the longer you have to put up with it. And they've begun to capitalize more on those New Knoxville miscues and now have a 15-point lead.
And there's another steal by Morgan Sparks. She'll take it to the basket and in. Sparks now with 7.
She's had a nice game and good sense for the ball.
Niemeyer with the steal to Barhorse, banks it home. And again, now the defense is swarming.
Points off turnovers, stepping in the passing lane.
And Coach Kenny will call a timeout for the Rangers. It'll be a
full
timeout. We'll be right back on NKTelco Sports.
Are you looking for a rewarding career? Lincoln Electric Automation in Coldwater and Fort Loramie supplies top-of-the-line automation systems to manufacturers. Lincoln Electric Automation routinely develops its team through hiring and by offering advanced technical training. We understand that every employee matters, and every role contributes to the success of our business. We offer advancement opportunities, competitive wages, and benefit packages. Visit LincolnElectric.com and get on track to a better career and a better future.
New Knoxville Supply Company, the supply source for residential, commercial, and industrial jobs. We specialize in plumbing products from many name brands, electrical products from replacing a light switch to rewiring an entire house, heating, air conditioning, and geothermal products, sheet metal ductwork, installations, and service. We are now housing more inventory, so all the hardware items you need to complete the job are available right away. New Knoxville Supply. Stop in, call, or check us out online at newknoxvillesupply.com.
Coming out Coming out of this precision strip timeout, New Knoxville trying to solve this Minster pressure.
Yeah, it's tough, and it's a lot to talk about until you get the rhythm and the confidence. New Knoxville is going to break it here, though. If you can break it, you can have an opportunity because you're going to be ahead of the defense and take advantage of that, which they kind of do. Minster tried to hustle back, but they do foul Egbert.
My boys would say this when they were playing. I think people forget when they're sitting in the stands. When you're on the floor and people are defending you like that, you can't see.
Yeah,
you can't see who's open.
That's why, sitting up here, we can see it all, and we don't have anyone touching us.
Right, yeah, everybody touching, and there's nobody, and the fans are generally up 10 feet at least. It's like, why didn't you pass this on to?
But like I said before, when you're being double-teamed, someone is open. Now, where's that person at, and how do you get the ball? That's the difference between beating the press and not beating it.
Niemeyer, nice pass to Barhorse and in. Assist by Sadie Niemeyer.
Well, 6 points in each quarter for Lily Barhorse. She's now just above her season average with 12. Whoa! Ooh. She banged her head.
Albers runs into Albers. Casey Albers tried to draw a charge, and I think she's fell back hard. And there'll be err on the side of caution there as she was
trying to take the charge
from Addie Albers.
And Coach Campoli and Doherty at Ohio Northern basketball camp always said when you take the charge, drop your butt like you're sitting down and then slide backwards rather than fall. So
you go fall back there,
Yeah, just sit and then push yourself back, and you'll more kind of like gradually glide across the court instead of just falling straight down.
I take it you were at a few of those camps.
I went to like 7 of them.
Yeah. And you could take a charge too.
Yeah. I'm not so sure.
You could fall down, maybe not slide.
I'd still be laying down, but that was, they definitely stressed defense in the 80s at Ohio Northern, and that was one of the things they taught you at camp.
1-1 here by Addie Albers through the net for Addie's first point.
She's 0 for 2 earlier in the game from the free throw line. Rangers leading scorers, Dave mentioned before, 5.8 or just under 6 points a game for a freshman. And hoping that she, continues to stay positive through this journey. A long way to go for her. And
Brooke Clooney in the game, number 4. Also Kennedy Cordy as well. Cordy a senior. Brooke Clooney a junior. Cordy one of 6 seniors on this team. Brooke Clooney has a nice outside shot.
We had a game against Salina. She came in and hit like a 3-pointer, 1 quarter, another one, and just a nice soft touch really helped the Wildcats prevail in the Salina Bulldog game.
There's a long pass, and Coach Wiss at times he's trying to find, like I said, at times the offensive struggles, and if they find somebody who can hit it,
I'm sure you'll
has
play.
A nice shot. You'll play. If you can make shots, they'll find a spot for you.
But Minster's played now 10 or 11, so obviously he's given everyone a chance to show their stuff, and it doesn't mean you're not going to play or whatever, but boy, having this combination, trying to find it and figure it out before the end of the season.
Sparks short. Inskeep with the follow, and Addie Inskeep will shoot 2.
Offensive rebounding has been a blessing for the Wildcats. 13 of them already here in the first half.
Addie Inskeep, sophomore, started a lot of games early, looking for her first point game. That's in. Minster on the season, 6 losses. There, if you total up the records of those 6 opponents they lost to, those 6 opponents are 75-16.
That's pretty good competition, or pretty good opponents that you've lost to.
Yeah, we'll break down some of them. One of those is Audubon is 8-7. All the rest of them are like 2 losses or less. We'll break down some of that a little bit more in the second half as Anna Larger with the steal in the basket. Minster exploding here in the second quarter.
There was a 10-point lead, 12-2 at the end of the first quarter. Now it's 29-6.
And there is another steal. McClure gives it to Clooney. 1:25 to go. McClurg. Rebound, Egbert. Wellman has to pick up her dribble back to Egbert. Across the timeline. tried to pass it to Albers and got a break as it was knocked out of bounds by Minster.
Albers was cutting to the basketball, but so was number 30, Kennedy Corti, and luckily for the Rangers, just deflected out of bounds. It'll still be their ball underneath their own basket.
Taylor Kloffenstein into the game, 5'1" freshman, number 4. So they work through the out-of-bounds set. Wingler gives it up to Wellman.
Fenning is number 4.
I'm sorry.
She went in for Kloffenstein. It's all right. You had it right.
I had it right, just the wrong direction.
I saw it. I'm sitting here thinking, wait a second. I think, Fenning is a freshman.
Pass ahead, too far ahead. It'll be Knoxville ball. So inbound against this pressure. Referees again today, Nicholas Swink, Dustin Snow, and Dan Frilling. Always like to recognize the guys in stripes, especially the shortage that you hear about. It's getting
tougher and tougher. And around here, it's maybe not so bad, but I've heard stories of other schools where it's like you have to go travel there and play in another team's site just because the referees are in the same spot. They can do games back to back. Games have been canceled because of lack of referees, so it's not maybe hit this area quite as hard because basketball is a very popular activity, and we're lucky to have men and women that want to do that to help these kids get a chance to play. But other areas, it's not quite. They're not quite as fortunate.
Down to 20 seconds. It's Minster running through their offense. It exploded for 17 points here in the second quarter.
And only giving up 4 points.
Clooney gives it up to Large. We're down to 4 seconds. McClurg will try a 3. Cordy will put up a shot. That will end the half on our First National Bank scoreboard as they go to the locker rooms. Minster 29, New Knoxville 6. We'll be back with our first half stats in the second half when we return on NKTelco Sports.
Whether you do business from a corner store or a corner office, there is one asset your business cannot do without: the internet. Everything from sales and marketing, training and shipping, PR, HR, and R&D, your business relies on a fast, reliable, and secure connection. And now, it's more important than ever to partner with an internet provider you can trust. Get Flight Fiber for Business, backed by local tech support from NKTelco. Call today.
Hi, I'm Mallory. My grandpa's been making the world's worst pizza for 30 years. That doesn't look like the world's worst pizza. Grandpa, I know why they call you Chunky Bob. It's because you use chunky ingredients on your pizza.
Of course, it's not because I'm fat.
Grandpa, this is the world's best pizza. Keyhole Pizza, come check Grandpa out.
Dine in or carry out.
Together, we are family, working safely for our loved ones.
We are problem solvers who challenge the status quo and drive improvement.
We care about our customer relationships.
We stay true to our values, caring and respecting one another.
We embrace change as we journey through our career.
We are Precision Strip, the world's leading processor of rolled steel and aluminum.
Precision Strip, doing the exceptional.
At Wilson Health, we're extending care beyond the walls of the hospital, with resources designed to keep you in charge of your health.
Our independence and connection to the community are unique in a world where big healthcare strives to act like corporations.
Our tools may be the same, but we are different.
We're neighbors, friends, and family who truly care about the people who live here.
We call it caring without limits, and it's just the beginning of a whole new Wilson Health.
Our score on our First National Bank scoreboard, it's Minster up by 23. The first half numbers, Mr. Jeff Henshin.
Thank you, Dave. Minster did so with great defense. They forced a lot of Ranger turnovers, and Minster capitalized eventually on most of those opportunities, a lot of those opportunities, I should say. Minster in the first quarter, 11 of 33 from the field. That included 10 of 24 from two-point range, just 1 of 9 from beyond the arc, but 11 of 33 from the field. New Knoxville took 8 shots in the first half, so that tells you the struggles with handling the pressure. Just 8 field goal attempts for New Knoxville. They made 1. They were 1 of 6 from 2-point range, 0 for 2 3-point range. Free throw shooting, Minster a nice 6 of 6. New Knoxville 4 of 6. The turnovers were the key. New Knoxville 22 first half turnovers. Minster with just 6. The rebounding also in favor of Minster. A number of offensive rebounds. I have them down for 14 offensive rebounds. New Knoxville with 4. Those came in the first quarter. Leading scorers for the Rangers, 4 points from Lauren Wingler, 2 from Addie Albers, their total of 6. For Minster, Lily Barhorst, 12. Morgan Sparks, 7. And the following girls all with 2 points each. Lydia Mesher, Sadie Niemeyer, Anna Larger, Kayla Lamb, and Addie Inskeep for their total of 29.
Ranger ball to start with. They have their same 5 starters that started the game. And our Emerson Climate Technologies starting lineups: Araya Fenney, Kiana Wellman, Bryn Egbert, Addie Albers, and Lauren Wingler. Shot missed there for the Rangers.
Wingler had a nice move. The left-hander went left and just left it short.
Minster with the same 5 starters as well: McClurg, Niemeyer, Sparks, Barhorst, and Mesher. Kick it out, Mesher high-low to Barhorst, and Lily finishes. 14 now for Barhorst.
Another assist from Mesher. Well, that time it was a pretty easy pass in and give the rest to Mesher, who again gave herself a wide frame, a big easy target for Mesher to give her the basketball.
Barhorst with the rebound, and jump ball gives to the Minster. I was just looking at the stats. Barhorst averaging 11.5, but 7 of their last 8 games she scored in double figures. And the one she didn't, she scored 8. So
yeah, she's been pretty consistent then offensively, and they count on her. She's got to get the job done. She's their go-to person. And what's really nice, you mentioned those offensive rebounds, almost 5 offensive rebounds. That's just getting after it yourself, because it's all done individually. You don't have to worry about anyone else. So she's got a sense for where the missed shot's going and positions herself nicely. And again, 5'11" and athletic. Makes that a little bit easier for her to do.
McClurg's runner draws back iron. Wingler will drive. That's knocked out of bounds by Sparks. Morgan Sparks has had a whole bunch of deflections and flat-out steals tonight for the Wildcats.
Coach Wiss, in his keys to the game, talked about getting deflections, and that just means active hands, being around the basketball, disrupting a pass. Every time you can deflect it, it throws the offense, I think, out of rhythm. And they've done deflections. They've also done flat-out steals.
Nice shot there. 3 ball there by Lauren Wingler.
Her 7th point of the game for the junior, and a nice quick release. She doesn't get it and have to set. She goes one fluid motion.
Drive to the basket by Sparks, and there's Barhorst to clean it up. Barhorst last week against Versailles had the winning shot, but she not only had, she had all the second half points. Or only 12, but still the only person to score.
The winning shot, was it like a paint shot, or was it, do you remember?
It was underneath. It was a nice give and go. She gave it down to the post. I think it was Messer, and she gave it back. Probably about a 5-footer with 3.9 seconds. I think it was a set play Coach Wiss designed. Barhorst with the outlet to Niemeyer. Gives that McClurg thought about it. Kick it out. Mesher will try a 3. Rebound there by Egbert. Wingler will take it all the way. Blocked out of bounds.
Mesher maybe blocked the shot.
Mesher at one time was playing JV, and now she's worked her way into the lineup, so credit to the junior to earn more playing time as Lindy Hemmelgarn into the game. Not to be confused with Lydia Mesher. I think I mixed those up a couple times this year. Knocked out of bounds, will stay with the Rangers. Inbound it wide open, Bryn Egbert.
Good execution on the out of bounds play. One of the few times Minster's defense has broken down, and good bounce pass, and Egbert her first bucket of the game.
Minster 8-6 on the season. At one time they were 2-5, had lost 4 in a row. Since that time they've won 6 of 7.
That's a pretty good momentum builder again as you look towards the second half of the season. You always want to play well, no doubt, but some teams, if you peak early and you struggle late, it kind of leaves maybe a sour note, but they've had a tough schedule, no doubt.
Yes, their 6 losses have been to these teams. Rushia's 14-4, 13-1 Liberty Benton, 14-2 Marion Local, 14-1 Fort Laramie. That was in double overtime. 12-1 Parkway, and then 8-7 Ottoville. Ottoville's the only one of that has more than 2 losses as Barhorse in the other basket. All told, those losses were 75-16, those records, the opponents they lost. If you don't count Ottoville, it's 67-9 on their first 5 losses.
That's a pretty good winning percentage for those teams that they've lost to.
Sparks with a steal and another basket. Lily Barhorse now up to 20.
Sparks, so another steal. Sparks gets the assist.
Egbert with a nice stick-back rebound.
Well, one of the few times now the Rangers have been able to capitalize. They had some offensive rebounds early in the game, but now capitalize.
Sparks' 3 is short. Good job by Barhorse. She just kicks it out to her teammate Hemmelgarn. Nice block by Albers. She just reached over Hemmelgarn. There's Sparks to the basket. And Morgan Sparks will go to the line to shoot 2.
She's been very, what word I want to use, just all over the court tonight. Sparks has been, whether it's offensively or defensively, just attacking the basket with the ball, moving without the basketball. Has been very active. She's got 7 points in the first half, none here in the second half, but she's been one of the key contributors in this Minster success tonight.
She has now 8. She had 7 twice before, but that gives her a season high of 8 with a 5'7" senior. She is definitely giving the Wildcats a spark.
There you go.
Knew that was coming. 1 and 2 on the free throws. We had a couple of substitutions. Last one, Casey Albers into the game.
Good to see Casey Albers. She took the fall against when Addie Albers for New Knoxville. She tried to take a charge. It collided, and it's good to see her that she passed, or whatever they do to make sure you're okay, and she's back on the court.
Minster drops off the press, but they do a 1-3-1. This is a defense they've used a lot more the last couple of years. It's a very good trapping defense.
Yeah, exactly. I would say it's
there's a drive to the hoop by Albers. Nice strong move by the freshman. Abby will shoot 2.
I like the 1-3-1. I think sometimes if you run it right, especially if you're lengthy, I think the lengthy, taller person on top makes it hard for the offense to flip the ball. So you kind of keep it on one side, then you can just use the sidelines as extra defenders and get more trapping and bad passing, and ultimately a turnover or a contested shot.
And Minster usually has enough quick athletes, especially tall ones as well, as they had Lamb on the point there. Albers hits the first free throw. Hits 2 in a row.
She's now made 4 in a row after missing her first 2 for the freshman. 4 of 6 from the line for all of her points coming from the free throw line.
Albers over to Niemeyer. Kicks it out to Hemmelgarn, a little behind. We'll reset. Inskeep posting up down low. Nice tip by Albers.
Yeah, nice, but I think it was a foul too. I think sometimes you have to be careful reaching from behind and lunging for the basketball. A lot of times you'll see that called. It hasn't been tonight, but I think defensively you got to either get around quicker or just flat out don't reach through the offensive player.
Casey Albers 3, Inskeep rebound. Down low to Lamb. Hemmelgarn will try 3. Rebound by Albers. She'll put it up. And she'll go to the line to shoot 2. I heard a buzzer on the other end. That's because there's junior high boys between Minster and New Knoxville going on. So threw me a little bit, but then I figured out. Nice renovations. Jeff gave me a tour of the new addition, the new gym of the Barn 2.0. Very impressive. First time I've been over here. Nice job by everybody who was involved, for sure. A pretty good crowd there on the junior high game. It was pretty even between the 7th grade team when we were over there. Albers not able to hit a free throw there.
New Knoxville, with Minster not pressing them this quarter, 9 points they've scored. So, it's been the thing. If you can control the ball and get some opportunities, you can have a chance to score. But Minster's backed off the press. Knoxville's been able to run some points and ultimately score 9 points here in the quarter.
Lindy Hemmelgarn with a steal. Nice bank shot there by Casey Albers.
Wow, was that a fake to the middle? Did I catch that right? And a good head and shoulder fake in and spun around and got her first points of the game.
We have a timeout on the floor sponsored by Precision Strip. We'll be right back on NKTelco Sports.
CarriageWorks has expanded and now can hold up to 25 cars in our service bay. CarriageWorks thrives on customer satisfaction. We accomplish that by providing top-of-the-line technology. CarriageWorks now uses a laser beam system to measure down to the millimeter of factory specs to better service you and get you back on the road. CarriageWorks has a brand new top-of-the-line paint booth that uses waterborne paint. There's no job too big or too small for CarriageWorks. We're certified collision specialists. Come in and see us today.
Ohio Means Jobs Auglaize County has a job for you. Grand Lake Health System has over 800 employees. Included is Joint Township District Memorial Hospital and multiple physician practices. And we're now hiring a variety of positions that fit all education and skill levels. Plus, you'll get a great benefit package offered to both full and part-time workers. Join this rewarding career and help your community in the process. Contact Ohio Means Jobs Auglaize County for all your employment needs.
Coming out is Precision Strip timeout. 2:10 to go here, third quarter. Minster 40, New Knoxville 15.
11-9, the Wildcats have outscored New Knoxville here to start the third quarter. The big difference is Minster's press has not been applied, which is, at least allowed New Knoxville to run some offense, and New Knoxville's done a nice job shooting the basketball here in the quarter. 3 for 6 from the field, a couple free throws, and nice backdoor cut. Unable to convert, though. They've had some nice looks, just not been able to capitalize on those opportunities and build some confidence. Because once you feel how it works and believe in it, then it just happens more naturally.
Good ball moving. Lamb loses it out of bounds. Lauren Wingler with the steal. Gives it back, but she traveled before then.
Kind of got a little bit not really out of control, just a left-hander on the right-hand side of the court and a lot of bodies, and not for sure if a Ranger cut somewhere as she thought they were going to be, but all in all, at least it's a dead ball turnover. You don't just panic and chuck it to half court and let the Wildcats get it and go the other way uncontested.
Niemeyer sets up the offense.
New Knoxville had 22 turnovers in the first half. That was a big reason why they struggled so much.
Lamb with the missed shot. Wildcats, Rangers on the attack. Egbert banks it. Inskeep fought.
She took some contact there, and I think it kind of altered her shot a little bit. It maybe wasn't right when she was shooting, but kind of got her off balance. She went ahead and shot it and couldn't get it to drop.
Pass quick to Inskeep. Nice assist there by Kayla Lamb.
Well, again, they continue to capitalize and another opportunity off second chance points. One thing, though, the Minster has not done well tonight is shoot the three-pointer. They're 1 of 9 in the first half. They've taken 5 here in the second half, third quarter, 0 for 5. So 1 for 14, that range so far here in the contest.
Inskeep with the steal. Lindy Hemmelgarn finds Lamb open. Kayla Lamb will go to the line to shoot 2.
They capitalize on the Rangers not being able to get back and cover. Kloffenstein commits the foul, but it's a good, strong ball passing. I mean, that's the key. They saw the opening and snapped a strong pass, and you can throw the ball a lot faster than teams can run. And free throws coming up here for Kayla Lamb. She's 2 for 2 on the night.
This is the first one for the 5'10 junior as Kiana Wellman back into the game. Kiana, a 5'8 junior. Into the last 23 seconds of this quarter. Missed a pair there by Lamb. Egbert, the tall girl, does a good job dribbling there as it's stolen and fouled by Inskeep.
Yeah, she got going. She had to rebound. She's pulled down a handful of rebounds, has Egbert, and I believe the defense you said was against Inskeep. And Egbert, once you get her out a little bit of space, I mean, she begins to pick up momentum and really had a burst of speed.
Yeah, both those girls are guarding together, those sophomores, so they played each other a few years.
Trapping defense forces the turnover for the Rangers, their 4th of the quarter.
Hemmelgarn to Sadie Niemeyer. 1 second, puts up a shot. We've played 3 quarters of basketball on our First National Bank scoreboard. Minster 42, Rangers 15 here on NKTelco Sports.
We are here and here and here. Minster Bank is everywhere, providing every banking service that you need to keep your financial life in order. Whether you are on the go or stopping by one of our branches, Minster Bank is here for you. We proudly support the communities where you live. Minster Bank, helping people achieve financial success.
Unpack your potential with a career at Pratt Industries. Working at Pratt Industries is more than a job. It's a sustainable career.
Pratt Industries to me is a job. It's my career. It's the way I put food on my table, but I love what I do.
We offer competitive pay, excellent benefits, and opportunities for career advancement. To apply, visit careers.prattindustries.com.
We go to the 4th quarter. First National Bank scoreboard. Knoxville just playing with 6 girls tonight. A little bit undermanned. They find themselves down by 27.
They do, the Rangers come out with a decent 3rd quarter, 3 of 10 from the field. Remember, they took 8 shots in the first half, so they equaled that plus 2 in the 3rd quarter. 3 of 10 were the Rangers. Minster continues to get volume shots, 6 of 15. Again, they have 5 offensive rebounds in the quarter for the Wildcats, so they continue to capitalize and get multiple looks when they have the ball. And the Wildcats only had the 1 turnover, so very good job offensively for the Wildcats.
Minster underneath to Inskeep. Good hustle by Larger to Mesher. Burke Clooney will try 3. Rebound by Egbert.
Well, the shooting, though, for the Wildcats outside the paint has been less than desirable. They're now 1 for 16 from three-point range. And in the 3rd quarter, Wildcats just 1 of 6 from the free throw line.
Yeah, that's been a bit of a struggle for them on the season. For the Wildcats, their 3-point percentage on the season.
The Wildcats shoot 32% three-point shooting.
Bad.
So, yeah, that's worth it. Now, they're well under that tonight, 32% three-point shooting. As a team overall from the field, they're at 32%. You mentioned that
that's
number.
That's a bit low, yeah.
But that's been improved. You said it may not seem
it was like a 29 for a little while.
Even though it's 29 or 32, it may not seem like a big difference, but that is a difference. And Minster's improved upon that overall. But tonight, the three-point shooting, which on season is 32%, not bad, is well below that at 1 for 16.
30-second timeout called by Coach Koenig. This timeout is all of them brought to you by Precision Strip. Gives us an opportunity to let you know NKTelco Sports and its sponsors are pleased to bring you replay tonight's high school varsity basketball action on NKTelco Channel 3 or in HD on Channel 503. Replay times are Thursday, February 2nd at 9 p.m., Friday, February 3rd at 7 p.m. You can also watch more games on demand through YouTube, Facebook, and at NKTelco.com/sports. Yeah, just to follow up on that, Minster on this season. Oh, actually,
I got it wrong.
Yeah, on their two-pointers are 36%. On their threes are 27%, 26.6.
What was I
overall for 32? I don't know. You copied something wrong. So it's 26 is a little low. I mean, yeah, you want your threes to be around 33%, and you want usually your field goals and your overall field goals usually around 40, 42 in there.
Yeah, so the three-point shooting at 26% on the season, not real good for the Wildcats, but not going to matter tonight. Maybe they can get that off night, if you will, behind them and, still in control of the ball game, even though they've not shot a great percentage from the outside.
Addie Inskeep, who's had a lot of steals and rebounds since she's been in, has a steal outlet to Lindy Hemmelgarn. Lindy Hemmelgarn, the senior, will shoot 2. Hemmelgarn on her way to, she recently signed a letter of intent to play softball at Capital University.
The Capital Comets.
Capital Comets, okay. I did not know that.
Yeah, they changed 1 or 2 years ago.
Okay. Yeah, they were like the Crusaders, weren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, the comments didn't say, okay, now it makes sense. Yeah,
No, it doesn't.
I think she's been all MAC the last couple of years at shortstop for Minster, been playing for her father, Rob Helmgarn, so congratulations to Lindy. I'm sure she wants to have a good senior season there, and there's a nice stick back there by Addie Inskeep off the rebound, I think.
Mesher tipped it. She maybe got up and went over to New Knoxville to tip it, and Inskeep there to garner it and score her fourth.
Do you get an assist for a tip like that as a steal by Larger?
Sure.
You get it for the pass up ahead. Helmgarn puts it in.
So you could say that Mesher got the rebound, or is that an offensive rebound for points? Because it was a tip. If Mesher intentionally tipped it, yes, rebound assist. If it was just a deflection, like trying to go up for it, you never really had it.
However you mark it, Jeff, is what we'll go with.
Well, I marked it down as an offensive rebound, but you're right.
Is a rebound you have to have two hands or one hand on it?
I've seen some guys that go up with one hand and, catch it, and I don't know.
Yeah, we'll
leave it as is. But good point. Yeah, I did definitely see Mesher tip the ball. And
Joe Nuxall always said you watch baseball long enough, you see something you haven't seen before. So we're seeing something like that tonight. A tip off an offensive rebound. Is that an assist? I'm sure it'll be hotly debated this week, I'm sure. Drive to the basket by Casey Albers. Albers, one that doesn't drive a lot, and she got the nice roll there.
And it wasn't an easy move. I mean, she had to kind of hop, skip, jump legally, and then kind of an underhand scoop shot, but was able to garner bank it off the board and get the bucket.
Wellman shot too strong off the backboard. Albers trying to drive again. She'll pass it all the way to Clooney in the corner. I thought she had it.
I did too. It was a good rotation, good rhythm. And sometimes you just see how the girl catches and can get rid of it. That one did not go down for Clooney.
Larger, very good defensive player. Steals one from behind. Albers will try a three and bury it. Casey Albers now with 7 points off the bench.
All here in the second half, and I think all here after she took that collision in the second quarter, so she scored all her points after she fell on the floor.
Yeah, her scoring, she started a lot. The last 3 games she's been coming off the bench, so we have a jump ball. It's actually improved her scoring. She scored 6 against Salina, 9 against Versailles, and at least 7 here tonight. As we have Chloe Thien into the game. Senior into the game.
I'm glad you said her name. I thought you told me before it was 10.
In Fort Recovery, you pronounce it 10. In Minster, you pronounce it Thien.
I had a game with Minster, and she played, and I'm like, what did Dave tell me before?
That's because in Fort Recovery, there was Tin's Bar.
Yeah.
And Tin Man's Bar, I should say. It was spelled just like.
And this is Thien.
Thien, yes. Her sister just got married to Will Holman from Fort Recovery this past weekend.
Will Holman from the
Fort Recovery
high school football championship team?
Yes.
Is that when there was like 3 Holmans that played?
Yeah, there's a whole bunch. He was a very good running back. Got married this past weekend.
You talk about Tin and Thien. When you go to Versailles, you have the Stamens and the Stamen.
Yeah.
And I was told it depends what side of the road you grew up on, whether it's Stamen or Stamen. I got confused. I asked for help every year, and I still mess it up.
I was at a Minster boys game over at Versailles on Friday night, and there was what I thought was a Stamen, and it was a Stamen pronounced. And Casey Albers now in double figures as she hits a 3 from the left side.
Well, that's 3-pointers, 13 and 14 on the season for the senior. She hits it at 25%. She's 2 for 4 from 3-point range tonight.
Fanning pass goes out of bounds. Will stay with New Knoxville. New Knoxville just has 1 game per week the rest of the season. Just on Thursdays. They play at New Bremen next week. That'll be on NKTelco Sports streaming there. Then they'll finish out with 2 home games. Versailles at home the following Thursday and wrap up with Fort Recovery at home.
Yeah, I noticed all the remaining games are league games, including tonight. So the non-conference schedule is over. They had their last non-conference game Tuesday night against a very talented Russia team.
As we have a running clock going on right now as it's got past 35. Minster, upcoming schedule, not real easy. They play the number 1 ranked Tri-Village.
They're good.
They played them second year they play at their place. That's on Saturday. They play St. Mary's on Tuesday, a quality team. Winning rank, they play Dulles on Thursday. Then they travel up to OG, number 3 in Division III. That's a week from Saturday before they finish with Fort Recovery. Kaleido is always solid in New Bremen. So the schedule stays tough for the Wildcats. A nice steal by Egbert, tipped around. Egbert battling for it. And it will stay with the Rangers. A good hustle there by Egbert.
The Wildcats definitely have their schedule, I can't say it's top heavy to end. They've had a tough schedule.
Yeah.
I mean, you look at segments of the games where you can't play number 1 team in every game, but you spread it out. They've had segments every 4 or 5 games are playing a very good team.
Yeah, they played. Marion is ranked number 8. The rankings came out this week. Fort Laramie ranked number 2, and they lost to them in double overtime. Give Carlos Siegel credit again this year. I saw him earlier. I was like, maybe they're not as good this year. They only lost 1. Their only loss was to OG. They beat Rushi now twice. Rushi's a very good team.
Yep. And so you look at you play like a couple. I won't say average teams, but about every third or fourth game you're playing. Oh my gosh, this team's ranked, or 1 or 2 losses, and it just spread out. So you think about what they have coming up. Well, it's no different than what they've already been through. So they are going to play some tough teams here to finish their season out and head into a tournament.
Fenny's shot was short. I had the opportunity to talk to Coach Wisp before the game, and I was asking him, I know a lot of these, it's a second year like Tri-Village and OG, they played them. Are you going to continue that contract or not, or they're just as a 2-year deal? He said, I'm not positive. He said, but I'm totally fine with playing them. He said, give me good quality opponents. I like to have a breather now and then, but the better teams make you better.
Yeah, that's true. It'd be nice sometimes if you could schedule your games and almost in at the halfway point of the year, maybe reschedule some non-conference games to see what's a better matchup, you know. But you can't do that in this level, and you
want to keep all teams are going to go through highs and lows. Like Knoxville, state runners-up last year, but they lost everybody off the one of the great team, great senior classes after winning the state in volleyball as well. Right now, this game will go in favor of the Minster Wildcats. Our final score, Minster defeats the Rangers 54-15. Minster on the season now goes to 9-6 overall, 4-2 in the MAC, where New Knoxville will fall to 1-18. The score by quarters, Minster led 12-2 after 1, 29-6 at halftime. 42-15 after 3, and the final score once again, Minster 54, New Knoxville 15. Overall, our scoring individually for the Rangers, you had Laura Wingler with 7, Addie Albers with 4, Brent Egbert with 4. Minster, they were led by Lily Barhorse with 20, Casey Albers with 10, Morgan Sparks with 8. You have Addie Inskeep with 6, and then a whole bunch of players with 2 points. Lydia Mesher with 2, Sadie Niemeyer with 2, Anna Larger with 2, Kayla Lamb with 2, for their total of 54 points. Minster's back in action, as we mentioned. They travel to Tri-Village. They go to, I think it's at New Madison, is where Tri-Village is located in Darke County. They will play the number 1 and ranked and undefeated 15-0 Tri-Village team, Rams, or no? Patriots, you're right. They play the Patriots on Saturday, and then they'll be back. And then on Tuesday, they travel to St. Mary's. They're back in league action next Thursday at home against Delphos St. John's. We'll have that game streamed on NKTelco Sports with our final team numbers, Mr. Jeff Hedgen.
Dominating performance for the Wildcats. They led from wire to wire and did so with great defense and great offense. Final stats for the game, New Knoxville 3 of 18 from 2-point shooting, 1 of 4 from 3-point shooting. The Rangers 4 of 22 from the field. Minster 17 of 35 from 2-point range, almost 50% there. Just 3 of 19 from 3-point range for the Wildcats. Overall 20 of 54 shots taken by Minster, just 22 for the Rangers. Free throw shooting, New Knoxville 6 of 8. Minster finishes at 50%, 7 of 14. Rebounding, the Rangers had 19 rebounds. Minster pulled down 34, and what kind of makes sense is of the 34 for Minster, 20 of them were offensive. You think, boy, that's usually not normal. That is not normal, but New Knoxville only took limited shots, so there wasn't a great chance for a lot of defensive boards. 20 offensive rebounds for Minster, and I lost track of how many points they scored in those opportunities, but good job for the Wildcats there. And another strong statement number, 30 turnovers for New Knoxville, just 9 for the Wildcats. So the turnovers, the rebounding really helped, aided, guided the Wildcats to an easy MAC win tonight on the road at New Knoxville.
Their 4th MAC win, their 9th overall. Now they have won, let me check here, they have won 7 of their last 8 games after a 2-5 start. One more order of business. Our player of the game, sponsored by NKTelco Sports. We're going to give it to the person who was responsible for a lot of those turnovers that they got, senior guard Morgan Sparks.
She finishes the game with 8 points in the game. Didn't play in the 4th quarter, but yeah, very active. Really caught my attention tonight. A lot of players did for Minster, but she seemed to be energetic, played hustle basketball, was very aggressive on defense, and finishes with 8 points, almost double or triple her season average. So for her, maybe she can continue that offensive continuity and rhythm and help bolster Coach Wiss's offensive chemistry, if you will, as he rotates and gets girls playing time here at the end of the season.
So congratulations to Morgan Sparks, our player of the game. Congratulations to the Minster Wildcats. Final score on our first National Bank scoreboard, Minster 54, New Knoxville 15. For my partner, Jeff Henson, I'm Dave Kanapski. Thanks for watching on NKTelco Sports.